Okay, picture this. You're staring at a blank wall, maybe at home, maybe in the office, and you're thinking, I want something unique here, something that really pops. But then the next thought is often, well, I'm no artist, or commissioning art costs a fortune, right? So today, we're going to unpack this. What if I told you there's actually a huge market for unique wall art, and you might not need that art degree after all?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it, how technology, especially AI, is sort of democratizing the whole creative process. Our sources for this deep dive, including a really practical guide called Quick Guide to Creating Wall Art with AI, they basically reveal that almost anyone, really, can create and sell pretty compelling, one-of-a-kind wall art, all with a bit of intelligent help from AI. So our mission today is really to walk you through how surprisingly accessible this all is. From that first idea spark right through to actually selling the art, we'll pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge along the way.
That really is a profound shift. Because for so long, creating unique art felt, well, exclusive, reserved for people with very specific, honed talents. So the first big takeaway from what we looked at is exactly that. You don't need to be a painter, you don't need formal art training, which sounds amazing, but okay, if you're not a traditional artist, how does AI actually fit into this existing demand for unique decor? Where's the connection?
It's almost a perfect synergy, actually. The sources point to this huge market for unique and attention-grabbing wall art. It's driven by people who, maybe don't have the budget for expensive commissions, but still want something special. And wall art here just means basically art for your wall. It can be small, like 8 by 10 inches, or really big, 36 by 50 inches, even larger sometimes. And while traditionally, that would be hand-painted, the sources specifically note that AI-generated designs are becoming quite beautiful and in demand. They offer a much more affordable way for people to decorate their walls with something distinctive. So it really shifts the focus, doesn't it? From needing technical art skill to needing creative prompting skills.
Right, creative prompting. Okay, so let's say you're convinced, you think, I can do this, but where do you even start? That blank canvas feeling? What if you don't have an image in mind? Our sources say AI can actually help with the brainstorming too.
Absolutely. And that tackles a big question for a lot of people. How do you get those creative ideas flowing without feeling overwhelmed? You can literally use AI to help brainstorm image concepts. The guide we looked at shared some really cool, unusual landscape ideas I got from AI. These could be the start of something really memorable and impactful. Things like, let me see, the Aurora Borealis over a frozen shipwreck locked in ice. Or underwater forest ruins, a bioluminescent beach at night, even mirror salt flats after a rainstorm. These examples really show how AI can spark your imagination, give you a starting point you might never have thought of otherwise.
Those are incredibly vivid examples. So, okay, you've got a concept like that, maybe sparked by the AI itself. The next step seems crucial. Writing the prompt. I imagine this is where the real sort of art of AI creation comes in, right? Trying to translate that idea in your head into instructions the AI understands.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, prompt writing is all about precision, being clear. The key takeaway from our sources is be as specific as possible. I'll give a fantastic example. Instead of just typing, forest landscape, which is really vague.
Right, that could be anything.
Exactly. You could write something much more detailed, like a view of a forest landscape in the autumn with brightly colored leaves on the trees, a river flowing on the right, and a brilliant full moon in a starry sky overhead.
Ah, okay. Much more descriptive.
That level of detail guides the AI much more effectively. Now, alternatively, you can start more general. Ask for multiple options maybe, and then pick the one you like best and start refining that prompt. The guide does acknowledge, look, this may take some time. And AI can sometimes add unexpected items. Things you didn't ask for.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
But that's kind of part of the creative process, this back and forth.
So you've crafted your detailed prompt, you feed it to the AI, hit generate. What's next? What if the first few images aren't quite it? It won't always nail it first time, surely.
Oh, definitely not. Perfection on the first try is rare. Usually, the AI image generator gives you several options from that one prompt. If none of them are really hitting the mark, the sources suggest 2 clear paths forward. You can either ask for additional images from the same prompt, just get more variations on that theme, or you can rewrite the prompt. Go back, tweak the wording, add more detail, maybe change the focus a bit, and try again to see if you get a better result.
And then there's refining an existing image, taking one that's close and asking the AI to just tweak it a bit. That sounds like it could get complicated.
It can be, yeah. Refining means giving an image back to the AI and saying, okay, change this part or add that element.
Yeah.
The sources warn this can be a tricky prospect because the generative AI can possibly misunderstand what you want.
Right.
And instead of just tweaking, it might give you a totally new image, which isn't what you were aiming for.
So patience is key there.
Definitely. It might take some time, some trial and error to get precisely the image you want. And here's a really vital piece of advice from the guide. Save successful prompts. Build up your own library of prompts that worked well for you. That way you increase your best possible chance of success with the first prompt you try next time. You learn what clicks.
That's smart. Build your own toolkit. Okay, so you've wrestled with the AI, you've refined, you've saved your prompts, and now you have it. The perfect image. What's the practical next step to turn that into something someone can actually hang on their wall? You can't just save a tiny JPEG from the web, can you? It'd look awful blown up.
Exactly. That would be a pixelated mess.
Yeah.
Since wall art often needs to be printed large, your best bet, really, the crucial technical step is to save your final images as vectors.
Vectors, okay.
This is key because vector files can be scaled up infinitely without losing quality. No pixelation. It means your customer can order any size print they want, big or small, and it'll look sharp. The guide mentions specific formats like SVG, PDF, EPS, and WMF. It actually gives a nod towards SVG formatting.
Why SVG specifically?
Well, because there's no pixelation, like we said. They're relatively easy to create. Many AI tools can output SVGs, or they convert easily. And, importantly for selling, there are tons of places to sell them online. Plus, SVGs are versatile. You can easily take that same vector image and use it to create a repeating pattern for fabric maybe, or design a greeting card, or even make stickers. So it opens up more product options beyond just wall art.
That makes so much sense. That flexibility is huge. Which brings us right to the selling part. How do you actually get these amazing AI-generated vector art pieces onto people's walls without, buying a massive printer and turning your garage into a warehouse?
Yeah, exactly. This leads us straight into the print-on-demand or POD framework. It's incredibly useful for wall art. Like you said, most customers don't have a printer that can handle large formats. So by connecting your online shop, maybe an Etsy store, or your own website with a POD provider, your customers can just immediately order a print of the size they want. And the POD company handles everything else, the printing, the packaging, the shipping directly to the customer. It's very hands-off for you, the creator.
Wow, that sounds almost too easy. Super efficient, low risk. Are there specific POD companies mentioned that people should maybe look into?
Yep, the sources list several popular ones that are known for wall art. Names like Printful, Printify, Redbubble, Gelato, and Fine Art America come up.
Okay, good list.
The key thing, though, and this connects to the bigger picture of running any online business, is doing your homework. You really want to choose a provider that has a good reputation. Check the good reviews, look at their affordable pricing. Spending a bit of time researching up front helps massively to reduce the risk of customer service and quality issues later on. You want a partner who delivers quality consistently. Look at things like, do they offer canvas prints? Framed options? What are their shipping times like?
Good practical advice. Choose your partner wisely.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what's really compelling when you step back is just the sheer potential here. Anyone can tap into this market. There really is a huge audience for wall art. Think about homeowners, renters, decorating apartments, even businesses looking for office art. They're always in the market for art. And AI just streamlines that whole process from idea to product, making it accessible like never before.
So let's recap for everyone listening. What does this all mean for you? We've basically gone from staring at that blank wall, tight to brainstorming vivid ideas with AI, crafting those super specific prompts, navigating the sometimes tricky generation and refinement steps, understanding why saving as a vector like SVG is so important, and finally, using print on demand to get your unique AI art out there without hassle. It really shows how quickly you can get up to speed and maybe even start participating in a whole new creative field. All right, so here's a final thought to leave you with, something maybe a bit provocative. If AI really can empower pretty much anyone to become a wall art creator, breaking down those old barriers of technical skill and industry access, what new kinds of artistic expression might we start seeing? What does it actually mean for creativity when the tools are suddenly in everyone's hands?
That's a huge question, isn't it? It really makes you think about the future of art itself and maybe even redefines what we consider an artist to be in this new era. And just to add, Our sources even point towards more resources, things like easy AI trendy wall prints, if you want to dig even deeper into using AI to make that one-of-a-kind wall art that your customers will love. So there's definitely a lot more out there to explore.